Your heart beats about 100,000 times every single day, but what you eat determines how strong each of those beats really is. You might think you're eating healthy, yet your heart could still be starving for the right nutrients it needs to stay flexible, clean, and energized. The truth is, heart disease doesn't begin with pain. It begins quietly, with stiff arteries, rising cholesterol, and inflammation that build up over years. But here's the good news. You can change that story with food. In this video, you'll discover doctor-approved foods you should eat every week to strengthen your arteries, lower cholesterol, and keep your blood flowing freely. From omega-3 rich fish to fiber-packed grains and powerful plant foods, these are the essentials your heart can't live without. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and not a substitute for professional medical advice. 1. Fatty fish. Omega-3s that protect your arteries. Imagine a food that can lower cholesterol, calm inflammation, prevent blood clots, and even regulate your heartbeat all at once. That's exactly what fatty fish do. They're like the bodyguards of your arteries. Your heart depends on the right fats to stay healthy. The modern diet is overloaded with omega-6 fats from processed oils, which trigger inflammation and make arteries stiff. Fatty fish, such as salmon, sardines, mackerel, and trout, supply omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, special fats that cool inflammation, improve blood flow, and help prevent plaque buildup inside the arteries. Without enough omega-3s, your blood becomes thicker, cholesterol more likely to oxidize, and your arteries more prone to damage. Omega-3s are essential because your body can't make them on its own. You must get them from food. What's happening inside your body? Omega-3s reduce the production of triglycerides, slow down the growth of arterial plaque, and keep your blood platelets from clumping together, which means fewer chances of blockages and heart attacks. They also improve the function of the endothelium, the inner lining of your arteries, allowing them to expand and contract smoothly as blood flows. Even your heart rhythm depends on them. Research shows that omega-3s stabilize electrical signals in your heart muscle, lowering the risk of irregular heartbeats, a condition linked to sudden cardiac events. Dr. Insight: according to the American Heart Association, eating 2 servings of fatty fish per week can lower the risk of dying from heart disease by up to 30%. A landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that patients who regularly consumed omega-3 rich fish had fewer fatal arrhythmias and healthier blood lipid profiles. Dr. Dariush Mozaffarian, a cardiologist and nutrition researcher at Tufts University, explains, omega-3s are like nature's prescription for vascular protection. They make your blood less sticky, your arteries more flexible, and your heart more efficient. Real-world example: a 50-year-old office worker struggling with high triglycerides switched his weekly takeout meals for grilled salmon and sardines twice a week. After 6 weeks, his triglyceride levels dropped by nearly 25%, and his doctor noticed improved HDL cholesterol, the good kind that clears fat from arteries. That's the power of omega-3s in action. How to eat it safely: eat 2 3 to 4 ounce servings of fatty fish weekly, grilled, baked, or steamed. Avoid frying; heat destroys delicate omega-3s. Choose wild-caught salmon, trout, sardines, or anchovies for higher EPA/DHA content. If you dislike fish, consider an omega-3 supplement from fish oil or algae. Vegetarians can get plant-based ALA omega-3s from chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts, but the conversion to DHA/EPA is limited, so supplementation helps. Did you know? Populations that eat fatty fish regularly, like the Japanese and Mediterranean people, have the world's lowest rates of heart attacks despite consuming moderate amounts of fat overall. Fatty fish feed your arteries the healthy fats they crave. Add them to your weekly menu, and you'll be giving your heart one of the most powerful forms of protection nature offers. 2. Leafy greens, the nitrate powerhouse that lowers risk naturally. If there's one group of foods your heart secretly loves, it's leafy greens. Spinach, kale, arugula, and Swiss chard aren't just low-calorie diet foods. They're vascular medicine disguised as vegetables. Most people think of greens as a source of vitamins, But their real heart-saving magic lies in their natural nitrates, compounds your body converts into nitric oxide, NO. Nitric oxide helps your arteries relax, expand, and stay clean. When your nitric oxide levels drop, which often happens with age, poor diet, or stress, your arteries become stiff and narrow. That means higher blood pressure, less oxygen reaching the heart and brain, and a greater risk of plaque buildup. Leafy greens act like nature's nitric oxide boosters, helping restore your artery flexibility. They're also packed with magnesium, potassium, vitamin K1, and folate, all essential nutrients for maintaining healthy blood vessel walls and balanced blood pressure. What's happening inside your body? When you eat leafy greens, the nitrates are absorbed and converted by friendly bacteria in your mouth and gut into nitrites, which then turn into nitric oxide. This gas travels through your bloodstream, signaling your blood vessels to widen, reducing pressure and improving circulation almost immediately. Meanwhile, vitamin K1 prevents calcium buildup inside your arteries, a process known as calcification, keeping them supple. Magnesium regulates heartbeat and prevents spasms in blood vessels, while potassium flushes out excess sodium, one of the main culprits behind high blood pressure. Every bite of greens acts like a gentle daily artery rinse, keeping your circulation smooth and your vessel walls young. Dr. Insight. A large study published in the European Journal of Epidemiology found that people who ate at least 1 cup of leafy greens daily had a 15 to 20% lower risk of heart disease and stroke. Another research review from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that diets high in nitrates from greens improved arterial elasticity and lowered blood pressure even in people with long-standing hypertension. Dr. Nathan Bryan, a nitric oxide researcher, explains, leafy greens provide the raw material your body needs to make nitric oxide, the single most important molecule for cardiovascular health. Real-world example. Think about adding a side of sautéed spinach to breakfast or a big kale salad to lunch. Within weeks, many people notice reduced blood pressure, warmer hands and feet, and more energy, subtle signs of improved circulation. In one clinical trial, drinking just 1 cup of spinach juice daily lowered systolic blood pressure by 11 points in 7 days. How to eat it safely: include 1 to 2 cups of greens daily, raw in salads or lightly cooked. Rotate your greens: spinach, kale, beet greens, romaine, arugula. Avoid overcooking. It destroys nitrates and vitamin C. Add olive oil or avocado to enhance absorption of fat-soluble nutrients. People on blood thinners, like warfarin, should maintain a consistent intake of vitamin K-rich greens, not eliminate them. Did you know? Just 1 serving of spinach can boost nitric oxide levels by up to 35% within hours, improving artery dilation faster than most supplements. Leafy greens are your daily heart protector, rich in nitrates, minerals, and antioxidants that help your arteries breathe, flex, and thrive. 3. Berries, nature's sweet defense against cholesterol and inflammation. Who said heart-healthy eating has to be boring? The truth is, something as simple and delicious as a handful of berries can protect your arteries better than most expensive supplements. Berries, especially blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries, are packed with anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their vibrant color. These natural compounds protect your arteries from oxidative damage, reduce inflammation, and improve the way your blood vessels expand and contract. Most importantly, they stop LDL cholesterol from oxidizing, a crucial step in preventing plaque formation. They also help lower blood pressure and insulin resistance, 2 major contributors to heart disease. Berries are low in calories but dense in antioxidants, fiber, and polyphenols, making them one of the most nutrient-rich foods on the planet and one of your heart's best allies. What's happening inside your body? When you eat berries, their antioxidants neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that damage artery walls. This keeps your endothelium, the thin inner layer of arteries, smooth and functional, allowing nitric oxide to flow freely and keep your vessels relaxed. The soluble fiber in berries binds with cholesterol in your digestive tract, reducing its absorption and helping flush it out of the body. Meanwhile, anthocyanins improve HDL, good cholesterol, and reduce inflammation in blood vessel linings. Some studies even show that berry polyphenols enhance capillary strength, improving oxygen delivery throughout the body, which means better energy, clearer thinking, and more stable blood pressure. Dr. Insight. A Harvard study involving more than 90,000 women found that those who ate 3 or more servings of blueberries and strawberries per week had a 32% lower risk of heart attack compared to those who ate them occasionally. Another review from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that berry consumption improves blood pressure, arterial stiffness, and LDL cholesterol in as little as 8 weeks. Dr. Eric Rim, one of the Harvard researchers, noted, berries don't just reduce heart disease risk, they improve the actual function of arteries, which is the first line of defense against heart problems. Real-world example. A middle-aged woman with mild high cholesterol started adding 1 cup of mixed berries to her breakfast yogurt daily. Within 3 months, her LDL dropped by 15 points, and she felt less fatigued and more mentally alert. That's not a coincidence. It's the result of better blood flow and less oxidative stress. How to eat it safely. Eat 1 cup of fresh or frozen berries 3 to 5 times per week. Add them to oatmeal, yogurt, smoothies, or salads. Choose unsweetened varieties. Avoid syrups or canned versions. Mix different colors. Each type contains unique antioxidants. Frozen berries retain nearly the same nutrients as fresh ones. Did you know? Berries have one of the highest antioxidant scores of any food, even higher than red wine or dark chocolate. Berries are nature's sweetest defense against inflammation, cholesterol, and arterial aging. A handful a day keeps your arteries flexible, your blood flowing, and your heart smiling. 4. Nuts and seeds, the perfect snack for stronger arteries. What if your favorite snack could actually clean your arteries while satisfying your hunger? That's exactly what happens when you eat the right nuts and seeds. They're small, crunchy, and packed with powerful nutrients that your heart quietly depends on. Heart disease isn't just about cholesterol, it's also about inflammation, oxidative stress, and artery stiffness. Nuts and seeds target all three. They're rich in healthy fats, omega-3 and monounsaturated, plant sterols, fiber, and magnesium, nutrients that reduce LDL cholesterol, lower blood pressure, and keep your arteries flexible. Unlike processed snacks that trigger inflammation, nuts calm it down. They balance your blood sugar, reduce cravings, and provide sustained energy. Regular nut eaters consistently show lower risks of heart attacks, stroke, and even premature death from cardiovascular disease. What's happening inside your body? When you eat nuts or seeds, their healthy fats replace harmful saturated fats in your bloodstream. This shifts your cholesterol ratio, lowering LDL, bad, and raising HDL, good. The plant sterols in nuts act like cholesterol blockers, preventing it from being absorbed in your intestines. Magnesium improves blood vessel elasticity, while arginine, an amino acid found in seeds, boosts nitric oxide production, helping your arteries relax and widen. Meanwhile, vitamin E and polyphenols act as antioxidants, preventing LDL oxidation, a key trigger for plaque buildup. The result? Cleaner, more resilient arteries that stay young even as you age. Dr. Insight. In a massive study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, people who ate a handful of nuts 5 times a week had a 20% lower risk of heart disease and a 14% lower risk of stroke. Dr. Marta Gouache-Ferré from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health explains, nuts are a concentrated source of heart-healthy nutrients. Even small amounts, when eaten regularly, can make measurable improvements in cholesterol, inflammation, and arterial function. Real-world example, a 55-year-old man swapped his afternoon cookies for a small handful of mixed nuts, almonds, walnuts, and pistachios 5 days a week. After 8 weeks, his triglycerides fell, his HDL improved, and he felt more energetic between meals. His doctor even reduced his cholesterol medication dose. This isn't a miracle, it's the result of simple, consistent nutrition supporting artery health. How to eat it safely. Eat a small handful, about 1 ounce or 28 grams, daily, roughly 20 almonds or 10 walnut halves. Choose raw or dry roasted nuts without added salt, sugar, or oil. Include seeds like flax seeds, chia, pumpkin, or sunflower seeds for added omega-3s. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, salads, or yogurt. Store nuts in a cool, airtight container to prevent oxidation. Did you know? Just 5 servings of nuts per week can lower your risk of heart attack by nearly the same amount as some cholesterol-lowering drugs. Nuts and seeds are nature's heart medicine in snack form. Eat them regularly, and they'll quietly strengthen your arteries, stabilize your cholesterol, and protect your heart with every crunch. 5. Whole grains and legumes, the fiber that cleans your arteries. If fatty fish are the protectors of your arteries, then whole grains and legumes are the cleaners. They literally help sweep excess cholesterol out of your system, keeping your blood vessels clear and your heart running smoothly. A diet low in fiber is one of the silent drivers of high cholesterol and heart disease. Without enough fiber, LDL cholesterol builds up, blood sugar spikes more easily, and inflammation becomes chronic. Whole grains and legumes, such as oats, barley, quinoa, lentils, beans, and chickpeas, are rich in soluble fiber, the kind that binds to cholesterol in your gut and carries it out of your body before it can clog your arteries. They're also packed with magnesium, potassium, and plant protein, nutrients that help lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and balance blood sugar, all key factors in long-term heart protection. What's happening inside your body? When you eat soluble fiber, it forms a gel-like substance in your digestive tract. This gel traps cholesterol molecules and prevents them from being reabsorbed into your bloodstream. As a result, your LDL cholesterol gradually drops, and your HDL, good cholesterol, can do its job better, carrying excess fat away from your arteries. The slow-digesting carbohydrates in whole grains and legumes also help regulate blood sugar and insulin levels, reducing inflammation and preventing the small, dense LDL particles that are most likely to stick to artery walls. Additionally, compounds called beta-glucans, found in oats and barley, improve endothelial function, meaning your arteries stay elastic and responsive to blood flow. Dr. Insight, a review published in The Lancet, found that people who consumed at least 25 to 30 grams of fiber daily had a 15 to 30% lower risk of heart disease and stroke. Another study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that replacing refined grains with whole grains improved cholesterol and blood pressure within 8 weeks. Dr. Joanne Slavin, a fiber researcher at the University of Minnesota, explains, fiber acts like an internal broom for your arteries. It helps remove cholesterol before it causes damage, something no pill can do naturally. Real-world example, a 48-year-old woman with borderline high cholesterol began replacing her white bread and rice with oatmeal at breakfast and lentil soup at lunch. Within 2 months, her LDL dropped by 20 points and her energy improved. Her doctor told her she had achieved the kind of results usually seen with medication, simply through dietary fiber. How to eat it safely: include at least 3 servings of whole grains daily, like oats, quinoa, or brown rice. Eat legumes 3 to 4 times per week, lentils, beans, or chickpeas. Avoid refined grains, white bread, white rice, pastries. Increase fiber gradually and drink plenty of water to prevent bloating. Pair with olive oil or vegetables for balanced meals. And did you know? Just 1 cup of cooked oats provides 4 grams of soluble fiber, enough to lower LDL cholesterol by nearly 10% when eaten daily. Whole grains and legumes are your natural artery cleansers. With every bowl of oats or serving of beans, you're scrubbing your arteries clean and building the foundation for lifelong heart health. 6. Olive oil and avocado, the healthy fats that heal your heart. For years, people were told to fear fats, but science now says the opposite. The right fats can heal your heart. 2 of the best sources? Olive oil and avocado. They're nature's richest forms of monounsaturated fats, and your arteries absolutely love them. Not all fats are created equal. Saturated and trans fats clog arteries, but monounsaturated fats, like those found in olive oil and avocados, do the opposite. They lower LDL cholesterol, raise HDL cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and protect your artery walls from oxidative stress. These fats also improve the function of the endothelium, the thin lining of your blood vessels that controls dilation and blood flow. In simple terms, olive oil and avocado act like lubricants for your circulatory system, helping your heart pump more efficiently. What's happening inside your body? Every time you eat olive oil or avocado, the oleic acid inside them starts reducing the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, making it less likely to stick to artery walls. Meanwhile, the polyphenols and antioxidants in extra virgin olive oil fight inflammation at a cellular level, especially in the blood vessel lining. Avocados add another layer of support. They're rich in potassium, magnesium, and fiber, which regulate blood pressure and remove excess sodium. Together, they improve artery flexibility, lower plaque buildup, and support smooth blood circulation throughout the body. This is why Mediterranean populations, where olive oil is the main fat source, have some of the lowest rates of heart disease in the world, despite eating a diet rich in calories and fats. Dr. Insight. A landmark study called the PREDIME trial followed more than 7,000 people at risk for heart disease. Those who ate a Mediterranean diet rich in extra virgin olive oil had a 30% lower risk of major cardiovascular events, including heart attack and stroke, compared to those who ate a low-fat diet. Dr. Ramona Struck, the study's lead researcher, explained, olive oil's polyphenols protect the arteries like no other food. They act on inflammation, oxidative stress, and cholesterol all at once. Another study from the Journal of the American Heart Association showed that eating one avocado a day significantly lowered LDL cholesterol, particularly the small, dense LDL particles that are most dangerous for artery health. Real-world example, a 60-year-old woman replaced her butter and mayonnaise with olive oil and avocado in salads, cooking, and sandwiches. Within 6 weeks, her cholesterol numbers improved, her skin looked healthier, and she reported fewer energy crashes during the day. That's heart health you can feel, not just measure. How to eat it safely: use extra virgin olive oil as your main cooking or salad oil, 1 to 2 tablespoons daily. Eat 1/2 to 1 avocado several times per week. Avoid heating olive oil to high temperatures. It's best for low-heat cooking or drizzling. Skip light or refined olive oils. They lack antioxidants. Combine with vegetables or whole grains for added synergy. Did you know? Just 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil a day can lower your heart attack risk as effectively as switching from a Western to a Mediterranean diet. Olive oil and avocado aren't just healthy fats, they're heart healers. Smooth, natural, and full of protective compounds, they keep your arteries flexible and your heart younger with every bite. How to combine these foods for lifelong protection. You now know the best foods for your heart, but how do you actually combine them into a simple, realistic weekly routine? The secret is consistency, not perfection. You don't need a complicated diet plan or expensive ingredients. Just a few smart combinations that feed your arteries, balance your cholesterol, and fuel your heart with every bite. The Heart Healthy Blueprint. Cardiologists agree, the best heart diet is one that includes a balance of lean proteins, healthy fats, fiber, antioxidants, and minerals, all spread throughout your week. Think of your meals as daily medicine for your blood vessels. The goal isn't restriction, it's rhythm. You want foods that support your arteries in the morning, nourish your heart during the day, and help your body recover at night. Let's build your doctor-approved weekly heart menu step by step. Morning, kickstart circulation. Start your day with hydration and antioxidants. Breakfast options: a bowl of oatmeal topped with berries and chia seeds for fiber, antioxidants, and omega-3s. A slice of whole grain toast with avocado for healthy fats and potassium. Add a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on eggs or greens for artery support. Pair your meal with green tea or lemon water to boost nitric oxide and improve morning blood flow. Avoid skipping breakfast. Your blood sugar and cortisol spike, stressing your arteries first thing in the morning. Midday, protect and power your heart. Lunch should combine lean protein, fiber, and color. Lunch options: grilled salmon or trout with a spinach and arugula salad dressed in olive oil and lemon juice. Lentil soup with whole grain bread, packed with soluble fiber that traps cholesterol. Quinoa bowl with chickpeas, roasted vegetables, and a sprinkle of flaxseed or walnuts. Add a side of berries or a handful of nuts for a quick midday antioxidant, and stay hydrated. Dehydration thickens your blood, raising pressure on your arteries. Evening, rebuild and relax. Dinner is where your body begins its recovery. Choose foods that are light but nourishing dinner options, baked mackerel or sardines with steamed broccoli and brown rice, vegetable stir-fry with tofu or beans, drizzled in olive oil and sprinkled with sesame seeds, barley stew or chickpea curry served with leafy greens. Drink a cup of hibiscus or green tea afterward to help your arteries relax before sleep. Avoid heavy, salty dinners. Excess sodium leads to morning spikes in blood pressure and fluid retention. Smart snacks throughout the week. Healthy snacking keeps your metabolism and blood flow stable. A handful of almonds, walnuts, or sunflower seeds. A smoothie made with berries, spinach, and low-fat yogurt. A few slices of avocado or cucumber with olive oil and lemon. These keep your heart supplied with magnesium and healthy fats between meals, preventing the dips that lead to cravings. Weekly rhythm that works. Here's what a balanced heart week looks like. 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish, salmon, sardines, or trout. 4 to 5 servings of leafy greens like spinach or kale. 3 servings of whole grains and legumes. 3 to 4 servings of berries, nuts or seeds daily. Olive oil or avocado as your main fat source. When you stick to this rhythm, you don't just lower your cholesterol, you retrain your arteries to stay relaxed and elastic. Dr. Insight, Dr. Elizabeth Clotis, a preventive cardiologist, explains it best. Food is the most powerful, least used heart medication. When you eat right, your arteries literally begin to heal themselves. Research shows that following this kind of diet for even 6 weeks can lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol, and reduce arterial stiffness, no pills required. Did you know? In the famous blue zones, regions where people regularly live past 90, these exact foods appear on the table every single week. Your heart doesn't need extreme diets, it just needs steady nourishment. Combine these 7 foods regularly and your arteries will stay flexible, your energy will rise, and your heart will thank you with every beat. Conclusion. Your heart works every second of your life, and the foods you eat decide how well it performs that job. It doesn't ask for much, just steady nourishment from natural, nutrient-rich foods that keep your arteries clear and your blood flowing freely. From fatty fish and leafy greens to berries, nuts, whole grains, olive oil, and avocados, these aren't fancy superfoods. They're simple, everyday ingredients your heart quietly depends on. Eaten consistently, they can lower cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and help your arteries regain the flexibility of youth. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Start small, add one heart-healthy food this week, then another next week. With every choice, you're giving your heart the nutrients it needs to heal, strengthen, and thrive for decades to come. Because when you feed your heart right, it rewards you with energy, clarity, and a longer, stronger life. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and not a substitute for professional medical advice. Like to spread awareness. Subscribe for more doctor-approved heart health videos. Share this to help someone you love. Thanks for watching.